け取り気をつけられるんかい。なんで
Haha, I bet you didn't think this was where I recorded my videos, did you? Anyway, it has been 1 year now. Okay, this chair just does not want to rise, I guess. Yes, it has in fact been 1 year since I recorded my first ever video on this channel. Not my first ever video on YouTube. I think we all know that my first ever video on YouTube was a long while ago, and that video is long gone. Well, I still have it, but I'm not going to show you it now, am I? So yeah, it's been a pretty easy ride here, but also kind of not. So I thought, why not make a video very similar to my first one, and today, instead of looking at coaster announcements throughout the years, we're gonna look at coaster announcements throughout the past few weeks. Because, oh boy, have there been some announcements. And I also have that annoying heater back. Though I don't really know if it's just as loud this time. It may be the same audio, but yeah, it's just as nostalgic because... So let's start off with what happened this year. First things first, things opened. Finally, after so long, Emperor finally opened. Iron Gwazi finally opened. Pantheon finally opened. Icebreaker finally opened. And oh my god, did they have no theming? Like, wow. How do you mess up that bad, SeaWorld? I mean, like, yes, they did kind of get screwed over because, well, we all know what happened. But, like, that's a bit weird, don't you think? Though, yeah, that not really that much other than those massive things happened this year. There was also a few not so good things, but I'll probably cover those in a different video because this video is supposed to be about announcements, and so far, not really much announcement-wise. So, let's actually start with some announcements that we got. First of all, SeaWorld Orlando announced Pipeline, or teased Pipeline and then showed off Pipeline. Pipeline. Oh boy, Pipeline. I could make an entire video. I already did make an entire video about this. That was back when they first ever announced it, or teased at it. So I'll just talk a little bit about it here. It's a stand-up coaster. It's a freaking stand-up coaster. There's a very good reason on why we abandoned these things a long time ago, and we're just bringing it back like nothing bad happened. I'm like, yes, they do have those things where the seats go woo woo woo, but like, that's about it. It's a stand-up coaster. How good can you make a stand-up coaster? I'm gonna ride this eventually, probably in 2025 when I go for Universal's Epic Universe, but like, come on, really? Did you really have to do that? Really? And because we just mentioned one SeaWorld announcement, let's announce all the others, or show off all the others. We got Dark Coaster. Still don't know how to correctly say that name. I think it's Dark Coaster or Dark Coaster. They both sound the exact same, but there's a very slight difference on when you put the K in Dark Coaster. So I'm just gonna call it Dark Coaster. So, Dark Coaster, it's a straddle coaster, just like SeaWorld San Antonio, and, well, I guess I just locked myself in a trap, didn't I? And also Arctic Rescue at SeaWorld San Diego. This is another one that's also coming that I have recorded a construction update on. Whether or not I release it by the time I release this video, I don't know, but you're seeing some footage of it right now from its most recent construction that I've gotten of it. Oh my god, that is very constructioned, very much. And all of these coasters in SeaWorld fashion are probably going to open in like March or April, because Arctic Rescue is almost done with its layout, Dark Coaster is completely done with its layout, Pipeline's done with its layout, Catapult Falls, I have not checked on Catapult Falls yet. I should probably do that after I finish recording this video, and probably put it in the edits here on how far along Catapult Falls is with its construction, but yeah, all of them have pretty much gotten pretty far ahead with their construction, and they're all probably going to open pretty well soon. Now let's get on to some other parks that announced something. First of all, Dollywood. Dollywood announced Big Bear Mountain, a roller coaster made by Vekoma. This, back in a few years ago, this would be terrible, but nowadays it's wonderful, because Vekoma, freaking Vekoma. And, yeah, this looks like it's gonna be a pretty fun family coaster, probably around the same goodness of Manta at SeaWorld San Diego. If you know anything about me, you know I absolutely love Manta at SeaWorld San Diego, so, you know, in my opinion, I think this is going to be a wonderful ride and a great addition to Dollywood, and also apparently it's their most expensive addition, but I think they're just saying that because they want this to be more of an achievement for them, and also because inflation prices are freaking through the roof, so yeah, I'm pretty sure this was pretty obvious that it was going to be their biggest addition, because look at this, and then realize the fact that everything is so pricey right now, and you'll probably figure out why this is their most expensive edition. Some other coasters that we got either some more information on, an official opening date, which was in 2023, and maybe just a general announcement on, was Airy Force 1 at Fun Spot Atlanta. This genuinely looks like one of the best coasters out there, so I'm very excited to ride it because I'm going to Atlanta during the summer next year, or this year actually, so that should be a pretty fun ride. There's also, of course, Aquaman Power Wave, which, oh my god, this is unbelievably sad. This ride, Aquaman Power Wave, is so unbelievably sad with its tragic story of, it was first delayed by COVID, then it was delayed by who the frick knows, then it was delayed because they wanted to add in some more stuff, like a turntable, and now they just now have finally started, to my knowledge, they have finally started testing it, so took you a long time, but hey, you finally did it, Six Flags. You managed to open a coaster 3 years late, when you should have opened it at least a year ago. So, yeah, that was just freaking wonderful. There's also, of course, Batman Gotham City Escape, which was... this thing looks wonderful. I know all the stuff I said about, you know, to Velocicoaster. I think we all know what's been going on with me and Velocicoaster. It's not good, basically. But, it's fine. I think this coaster will be wonderful if you don't get the worst conditions possible, like I did with my ride on Velocicoaster. If you want to see a video about my thoughts on Velocicoaster, go watch my video on Velocicoaster. It shouldn't take you too long, because God knows I'm not going to link it in an iCard. Though, yeah, this should be a pretty fun ride. There is also Circuit Breaker, which, to my knowledge, is actually opening in 2024, but RCDB has it listed under 2023, and I've heard mixed sources on 2024, 2023. I'm pretty sure it's opening in 2024, because if I remember correctly, Palindrome is also opening in 2023, and I don't know if they want to do two at once, especially with a park like Codaland that's so goddamn new that it doesn't even show up on Google Maps half the time. Also, because I simply just have to mention this, Mission Ferrari. When will you open? Can you please open? I beg you, just open already. There's also Zambezi Zinger at Worlds of Fun. This is opening for their 50th anniversary, and it's so good to see Cedar Fair actually care at all about one of their smaller parks and not just their major parks. But yeah, this is going to be I'm going to call it a wooden coaster. Listen, I don't care that it has steel track for part of its layout. It is literally just a freaking turn. You don't consider White Lightning a wooden coaster, do you? Just because it has a single section of freaking Titan track? So why do you consider this a hybrid coaster then?
doesn't make any freaking sense. So yeah, I'm just gonna call this a wooden coaster because it's basically all wood, okay? If you can say Tidal Twister isn't a coaster, then I can say Zambezi Zinger is a wooden coaster. You get that. Though anyway, this looks like a pretty fun GCI. It also uses their Infinity Flyer trains, and also, as I mentioned before, their Titan track on very certain parts of the layout. It's a pretty nice homage to the original Zambezi Zinger, with its spiral lift and blah blah blah, that sort of stuff. There's also Wild Mouse at Cedar Point, which is... Wild Mouse at Cedar Point. I know that this is kind of major with people not really happy, but come on, it's a family coaster. Cedar Point hasn't gone a family coaster since 1990-freaking-9. You should be happy about this, that they're finally catering to another market. The families bring in the money, and if you want them to get that big new Titan track Giga Coaster RMC iBox Steel Hybrid Titan T-Rex, that's the word I was looking for. T-Rex track coaster that's 500, 600 feet tall in the middle of Lake Erie. Then you want them to do this, okay? Now stop complaining, god dang it. Next is Wildcats Revenge at Hershey Park. This is obviously one that you have to mention because, like, come on, it's Wildcats Revenge. This already looks pretty good. And not to mention that it's an RMC of a coaster that everyone and their cat has been waiting to get RMC'd. Like, seriously, it was only a matter of time until Wildcat got RMC'd, okay? It was only a matter of time. And hey, it finally happened, and even I made a video about it, and I'm literally on almost as far away as you can get from Pennsylvania as possible. The only other place I can think of is Hawaii and Alaska, and... well, if you find a coaster enthusiast living in Hawaii or Alaska, wow, how the frick did you get into the coaster community in states with no coasters? Two more mentions is, of course, I don't know why I'm saying of course because no one has really been talking about this, but in my opinion, Intamin straddle coasters actually look pretty fun, or this is a motorbike coaster, but whatever. Intamin motorbike coasters look pretty fun, and I mean, like, I've technically ridden an Intamin motorbike coaster. Hagrid's, it's like half a motorbike, half a normal coaster, okay? It's still very fun. But Fuji-Q Highland in Japan, like, they kind of have to work around that new height limit they've been given, because just so happens that the whole point of their park has made them now unable to build anything above... is it like 60 feet, I heard? I don't remember. It's kind of hard to get information that's literally on the other side of the world from you. But, you know, this park apparently can't build that high anymore because of Mount Fuji being right there. And, you know, if you have a massive roller coaster going in front of like a world sacred landmark, I don't think that's the most appropriate thing to have. So they kind of have to settle with what they got. Though just be lucky that you got your intense thrill coasters when you were able to, and you didn't have to deal with a 150 height requirement that, to my knowledge, has only just now been repealed, that took so god dang long to get repealed. Basically, motorbike coaster, I don't really know that much about it, but it seems like it will be a fun ride. I think I may have seen a layout of it. I, to be honest, don't really remember. But yeah, this is apparently that $350 million edition that they were talking about. You obviously transferred from yen to dollars, but yeah, if a motorbike coaster costs that much money, what the frick are you doing to this thing, Fuji-Q, and can I test drive it? And now finally, Tron Light Cycle Run at Magic Kingdom. Oh my god, this has taken so god dang long to open. And it's finally opening on April 4th, 2023. Oh my god, wow. There is that they just, oh my god. How much went wrong with this ride? How many times did this ride get delayed? And it's only just now opening? That's wonderful to hear. But I saw this ride being built when I went to Magic Kingdom a few months ago, and it looks like it'll be pretty fun. I wish I would be able to ride it a bit earlier, but hey, I'll be able to ride it eventually, probably in 2025, as I said before, with me visiting Epic Universe. Anyway, if I forgot something, whatever. I have to deal with being forgotten all the time with my home park, SeaWorld San Diego, seeming to be always forgotten as the most forgotten SeaWorld park, even though it is the freaking original one. listen, I will never get over that people always forget about the original one. Not even that many people forget about Six Flags Over Texas compared to this goddamn... Whatever. Anyway, so yeah, if I forgot something, just tell me in the comments and educate the people about it, okay? And maybe educate the people more about the ones that I may have glossed over or didn't say too much about. Anyway, that will be it, and I'll go back into real life mode from me like 2 days ago to show off the end of the video and some bloopers because that ending clip took way too long to freaking make. And there you go. There's my 1 year anniversary for my channel. Where I will be 1 year from now, probably in the same place, right here, in the middle of some weeds, talking to you about my 2 year anniversary. Though then again, 2 years isn't as celebratory as 1 year, but maybe I'll do this again for my 5th year anniversary if I even make it to 5 years. But, hey, you never know what happens, and neither do I. So, without further ado, let's end this off with some bloopers, because I'm going to tell you right now, it took me way too long to film this shot, and, yeah, I really hate this. Alright, it's time for my favorite game. How long will it take till all these dogs stop freaking barking? Oh my god. Recording this clip is going to take like twice as long as I think it's going to, and I hate that fact. Well, let's start with all the tries. This is not going to be fun. So there you go. There is my 1 year anniversary for my channel, and I'm not going to be able to do this with those freaking dogs barking in the background, am I? This is such a beautiful clip, too. The sun is perfect. You can't see what's over here because if I showed what's over here, then it would be not so good, but like, I want to get this clip today because this is so wonderful, and those dogs are barking. Oh my god. This is going to be impossible. And there you go. There's my 1 year anniversary for my channel. You had so much time. Why? Just now, as soon as I start recording this freaking clip, do you start doing that? Oh my god. I've been out here for like 15 minutes at this point, just trying to record this clip. Becoming more day by the second. I need this shot to be perfectly when the sun is right there. Oh my god, they're done. Thank you.